Hello. So this video that we're going to be speaking about now is a video about the coral reef in the Maldives. Now you might have watched our marine wildlife video, but this video is just going to be on the coral and the fish around it. So this is a calming shot that we took. So what we did is we just held the camera in a camera trap in one place, and we got this. At the end, we move it because we see a shark. But I'm going to give you some facts about the coral and the fish and everything here. And please note, this is all our feed, so you can use it in your own videos or things like that, but please can you ask us first. So the Maldives, which is where we are, hosts over 300 species of reef-building coral. That makes up over 3% of the world's total coral reef, so that's a lot of coral. Now, these are basically ecosystems that are essential to the nation, with 80% of land mass formed by coral. So coral is not just useful for fish, but also helps humans with making the land and the islands that we build on in the Maldives. So it does actually, sadly, face some very severe threats, which is that the oceans are warming from, global warming, CO2, everything's making the oceans warmer, meaning that lots of coral is dying. Also, rising sea levels means that unnatural temperatures the coral will have to face. So actually, all of human activity is actually affecting coral badly. So there are lots and lots of types of coral. Maldivian reefs are renowned by their biodiversity, hosting around 187 to 300 stony coral species. And the reason why I say stony is because, like the ones you're looking at now, they're hard and not soft, but then at night time, soft ones come out, more like tentacle ones. So these are, I'll give you a few of the main names. So there's a staghorn, which you can see at the back there, the big one. There is brain, which is the one in front of that. There's plate, which is not actually here. And then there's finger, the one right in the front. So you might ask, how does it make up the reef? But unlike the Caribbean, which is another place which has reefs, the Maldives reefs are primarily composed of hard corals rather than soft corals like sea fan. So the Caribbean tends to have less hard, of these corals, and more sort of soft ones, a bit like anemones. So the Maldives is quite unlike any other country. So geological importance. The Maldives is essentially built by coral. The entire archipelago structure, with over 1,200 islands, consists of limestone skeletons from coral reefs, forming the island's foundation atop of volcano structures. So it kind of worked with the volcano to make all these islands. Now, actually, you might ask, why, when you see coral, do you see lots of fish? Now, coral reef support over 1,100 species of fish, 5 species of sea turtle, and numerous invertebrates. So, if you watched our video, you can see eels everywhere on the drop-off, shrimps, any animal you could think of, either feeds or protects themselves in coral. Coral is an amazing, it's so significant for animals. But then back to the threats. It's mostly known as bleaching threat, but this is where high water temperatures have caused major bleaching, such as in 2016, an event damaged in widespread areas in the Maldives, meaning that actually now, I'll show you on the post, but there's a picture I've got of just non-stop dead coral everywhere. It's pretty sad, and there's sort of a big basin, and you're hoping to see coral, and all you see is this just wasteland. So that would have been coral before, but because of the 2016 event, it's not anymore. Then there is actually, to make this better, restoration efforts. So projects such as the Maldives Coral Reef Regeneration Programs are trying to restore damaged areas using reef stars, which we actually see a lot here, which is a metal frame that help restore the coral rubble onto living reef. Now, tourism and economy. Coral reef is actually really popular by tourists because obviously you can't see it anywhere else, so it's really popular by other people. This can be negative, as it means that obviously the people will be standing on the coral, they'll be making it warmer, doing bad stuff to it. But actually it also gives the government money because you have to pay tax on coming here, which means that the government might be able to have more money on protecting the coral. Now you might be asking things about like how weird the coral shape is. Now the coral has got the different shapes of coral. So there's the brain coral, which is a sort of a lot more brainy one, like the one just in front there. You can see the brain, whichever one looks brainy. There's the finger one, which is the one in front of the brainy. There's a Moorish idol, which is one of my favourite fishes there. And then there's also just finger ones. And now I'm about to show you a black tip reef shark going by, one of the most common sharks in the area. There we are. So wait, it's going to come a bit closer. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. Oh, 2 black tip reef sharks. And remember, there are charities out there which you could help. So thank you very much for watching this video, and we hope to see you soon.